Question 36. Two salt solutions P and Q are tested. The table shows the result. So for the test, a few drops of aqueous sodium hydroxide are added. P. Green precipitate form and Q. Red-brown precipitate forms. Test. A few drops of dilute nitric acid and a few drops of barium nitrate are added. P. No change seen, but for Q. White precipitate form. And then test a few drops of dilute nitric acid and a few drops of silver nitrate are added. For P, white precipitate form, and Q, no change seen. So what are P and Q? Okay, so for P, since there is a white precipitate form, when test with dilute nitric acid and silver nitrate, that means it is a precipitate of silver chloride. So for P, it must contain chloride. So we can remove these two options. And then for Q, since let me check. Okay. Iron 2 and iron 3, right? But in this case now, let's see when we have when we test a few drops of aqueous sodium hydroxide added for Q, a red-brown precipitate form, which means it is a color of Fe3 plus. Okay, and if it is a green precipitate form, same thing, it is it represents the presence of iron 2 plus. So that means the correct option will be A. Okay. Then 37. A small quantity of solid E is added to a large excess of aqueous ethanoic acid. No bubbles of gas are seen, and the solid dissolved to give a colorless solution. What is solid E? What is solid E, right? Large excess of sodium, no bubble gas are seen, and the solid dissolved to give a colorless solution. Large excess, no bubble. Okay, in this case, it should be calcium hydroxide, because if we add calcium hydroxide into ethanoic acid, the product form will be calcium ethanoate plus water. So you cannot see a bubble gas here. Okay, so the correct option is A. Question 38. Ethanol is manufactured by two different processes. Which raw material are used by the two processes to make ethanol? We can make ethanol by using glucose, which is the process is known as fermentation. And we also use ethene to make ethanol. So the correct option, but in case of ethene, we have to use steam as well. So the correct option will be 1, 3, and 4, right? So the correct option is B.